Hey guys, it's been a while since I posted here on this channel, but I'm back. For those of you who don't know, I've been spending a lot of this time focusing on my Twitch channel and my new gaming channel, Willy Games, that I started not too long ago. If you haven't seen that, you should check it out. But I'm back, and I've got a new microphone. So, hey. But I'm back, and I thought I'd try something new here on the channel. For those of you who don't know, I am a film student. I've been a film student for the last 2 years, and I've been making little movies since I was in middle school. So, you know, I spend a lot of my time either practicing or consuming film-related stuff. So I thought I'd try something new on this channel. Film Student Reviews. It's a little series I've been thinking of for quite some time now, where I take a movie that I've seen and kind of like, you know, give a little bit of a review and then maybe rank them. I have a few tier lists that I have made up, so, you know, it could be kind of fun. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The movie I'm talking about today in question is one that I just saw recently with a bunch of my friends. Willy's Wonderland. For those of you who don't know, it's a low-budget horror movie from 2020 starring Nick Cage, the man, the myth, the legend, cinema icon himself. The basic overview of the movie is Nicolas Cage's character gets stranded in this small little town. His car presumably like breaks down or something, and he goes to some people in town to get it fixed, and they make a deal with him.
Spend the night cleaning Willy's Wonderland, and I will pay to have your car fixed. Deal?
If he goes to this Chuck E. Cheese style rundown children's place, Willy's Wonderland, and cleans it, like gives it a full restoration on the interior, then they'll have his car ready for him in the morning when he's done. And so naturally, he takes the job. Another important thing to say about Nick Cage's character in this movie, he doesn't say a single line in the entire movie. He doesn't say a word. Not one. He just stares intensely at things. A lot of his time in the movie is just spent staring intensely at things. And so he sets about cleaning this place. And of course, the animatronics that reside in there, Willy and the gang, are of course haunted by a group of serial killers that previously owned this establishment and used it to lure and kill people, like children and families and stuff like that. And so so the animatronics come to life, presuming that Nick Cage is their most recent sacrifice, because I should mention that in order to appease the animatronics and prevent them from killing and eating everybody in the entire town, the local law enforcement made a deal with the animatronics that they would feed them regularly, people who happen to be passing through town. So that's when you find out that Nicolas Cage's car accident wasn't an accident at all, it was sabotage. The animatronics come to life and start attempting to kill Nicolas Cage, but for whatever reason, and there's no context or like background given on his character at all, he just happens to have the right skills at hand to be able to combat these things. So it's basically I'm trying to think of the right words. It's a very one-sided fight. He just picks off all these animatronics one by one, just absolutely destroying them in hand-to-hand combat. And there's no reason given in the movie for this. Maybe he's like ex-military, or maybe he's a martial arts expert, but we don't know. He just happens to have the skills to just absolutely brutally demolish every animatronic in this place. And also I should mention, there is of course the stereotypical group of teens that you see in every horror movie. A lot of their dialogue seems very like unnecessary, if you know what I mean. Like, it kind of feels like a lot of the stuff they did with these characters, they just shoved in there because they had to, or because they thought it would like attract a larger audience. But it did nothing to service the story in any way. These kids are literally just animatronic bait, basically. All of them end up dying, except for the one kid that was adopted by the sheriff after her parents were killed in Willy's Wonderland. This plot summary is all over the place, just so you guys know. That's basically it. Just a bunch of teens die in the place. Nick Cage beats up all the animatronics in there, drinks a lot of this one energy drink. That's a major point about his character in the movie, is he loves this specific energy drink, which I thought was product placement. Like, it was so obvious in every scene that I thought it was product placement, but no, it was just a fictional energy drink that they made for the purposes of the movie. I don't know. The whole movie was a ride. Like, there were a couple, I will say, there were a couple shots in the movie. I won't spoil what shots they were, but there were a couple shots where, like, the film student in me was like,
oh, hey, that's a pretty good shot, actually. Good on you.
But, like, the movie as a whole, it's just a really cheesy, low-budget horror movie. Like, all the animatronics, they look like people wearing costumes. Like, they don't move like robots. There's no robot sound effects or anything to accompany them. They just look like people in mascot costumes. There's one animatronic in particular that straight up just looks like a woman wearing a plastic mask. It's a person. It's straight up a person wearing a mask, which is so funny to me. And the writing for some of the characters was just, I don't know, it felt like they were just constructing archetypes. Like, you know, you've got your horror movie archetypes. Each person was constructed to fit one of the certain archetypes. Like, you know, there's the one guy, his name is Tex, and he's just every Texan ever. Like, he's got the southern accent, the bolo tie, the white suit, the cowboy hat. And you've got the tow truck guy. His entire personality is, he has a pepperoni stick in his mouth for the entire movie. He doesn't eat it, he's chewing it on it in the side of his mouth like a cigar. At first I thought it was a cigar, but no, it was just a straight up, like a hot rod or something, like a little pepperoni stick. So that was great. And, you know, all the teenagers, they just seemed like stereotypical teenagers from the 80s, just kind of like, yeah, we're teenagers and we're up to no good because we're teenagers. And that was it. That was basically their entire character. Also, another thing I just realized, I'm wearing headphones. I don't need headphones for this. This is just me talking. So we're going to put those right there where they belong. Let me talk to you guys about the joy that is Willy's Wonderland. So Willy's Wonderland, what else can I say, honestly? He wins in the end, he beats all the animatronics to death. It's so cheesy. I know this is supposed to be a horror movie, but at no point in the movie was I ever actually scared. The animatronics looked so fake, the fight scenes looked so dumb. It was just it was a crazy ride. That being said, I have my tier list here. I made a few tier lists because it's hard to compare certain movies to other movies, right? Because they're so different. And, you know, you need to measure these movies using different criteria. Like, you wouldn't look at Willy's Wonderland the same way you would look at, like, The Godfather. Like, those movies just don't compare to each other, right? So I have several different tier lists. I'm going to pull up this one. So this right here is my tier list of guilty pleasure movies. You know, like movies that you know are bad, but that you feel drawn to for whatever reason. You know what guilty pleasure is. Why am I explaining it like this? Willy's Wonderland. For all the stuff I said about this movie, I'm gonna give it an A. I honestly, I'm gonna give it an A. Because for what it is, which is just like a low budget action horror movie, like, it's super cheesy, but like, you really just want to see Nick Cage beat up animatronics. That's why you go to see the movie. That was like the major selling point in the trailers and all that stuff. So I went into it expecting that, and you know what? I got it. So it's a solid A. The reason it's not an S is just because of how cheesy it is. Like, I was watching it with my friends and we just like picked it apart and, like, you know, broke down all the stuff. There was so many like inconsistencies in continuity and stuff like that. Just little things that kind of like bugged the like back of my skull. Like, yeah. That's why it's not an S. But, you know, for what it is, it's a solid A from me. So that's why it gets an A on my guilty pleasure list. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully the first of many future installments of Film Student Reviews. For some other movies, I may not get as into spoiler territory as I did this time. It's just, you know, like, they spoiled it all in the trailer, to be honest. If you watch the trailer, you can see the entire plot of the movie. So I don't really feel too bad about spoiling it here. But that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you enjoy all of my videos. I have a gaming channel, a Twitch channel, and a Discord server. Links to all of those are going to be in the description of this video. You should check them out, they're pretty cool. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in an upcoming video. And cut!